solidar to remove the remaining dirt. Ensure the cleanliness and prevent contamination. Perform hand hygiene. The mat to protect the surface from soap and water spills. Prepare 3 basins. Bottles that needs to be cleaned. Soap, sponge, bottle brush, nipple brush, bottle organizer, and the drying rack. Once the materials are ready, we can begin to clean the feeding bottles. Fill 1 basin with warm soapy water. Use the appropriate type of soap for use on babies' feeding items. The other one empty. It is a good idea to rinse the feeding bottles in running water to remove any leftover milk. Disassemble the compounds of the feeding bottles such as the cup, the nipples, and the cup bottles itself. Soak in the basin with warm soapy water. This will help dissolve the milk that were stuck and will make cleaning easier. Clean the inside of the feeding bottles using the brush in a twisting motion to soften and remove the milk residue stuck on the walls. And at the bottom of the bottles, make sure to reach all its sides. Clean the rim and the outside part of the bottle using a soft sponge. It is a deal to maintain a sponge specifically for washing the baby bottles only. Use the nipple brush on the rim if necessary. Clean the cup using sponge. Be careful, do not scratch the surfaces of the cup. Clean the nipple ring using a sponge and nipple brush if necessary. nipples with your hand and the nipple brush. Be careful in brushing. Make sure not to push too hard because you may rupture the nipple holes. There are different sizes of nipple holes appropriate for the age of the baby. Prepare to rinse the nipples in the basin with clean water very thoroughly. Repeat if necessary. Inspecting them as you go. So here's an example of a nipple with tears and damages. Check the nipples and make sure that they are intact and not deformed. Here's a bottle with discoloration, tiny cracks and scratches. These scratches harbor germs and bacteria which may be harmful for the baby. After drying, assemble the bottles and keep them in a bottle organizer. Do not keep or cover while wet because moisture causes microorganisms to form. If the baby is less than 12 months old, sterilize before use to ensure the baby is protected from infections that can cause vomiting or diarrhea. Make sure your workstation is always clean and tidy. Perform aftercare. Perform hand hygiene. In order to save time and energy before we begin, prepare all the materials and equipment that will be needed. Bottle rack and tongs pre-cleaned and sterilized. Stove aluminum or stainless pot or sterilizer. Bottle organizer. Once the materials are ready, we can begin to sterilize the feeding bottles. Fill the sterilizer pot with 3/4 water. Place the hard and large objects to prevent the objects from being damaged or deformed. Make sure that they are completely submerged completely in the water. Cover and turn on the stove between medium to high heat for the water to start boiling before starting the minute timer. The boiling process will eradicate the microorganism if the boil the articles for too long. The high temperature may damage the articles. Once there's an escape, remove the cover completely and place on the surface. Gather the nipples and gently place in the boiling water. Use the tongue if needed to make sure that they are submerged completely in the water. Cover the sterilizer pot and set the timer for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, turn off the stove and carefully remove the cover again to let it cool down. Transfer the items to the rack to drip dry. Once the items are dry, prepare to transfer the sterilized bottles in the bottle organizer. Perform proper hand hygiene. Of the baby bottle. Do not keep or cover while wet because moisture will cause different microorganisms to form. Make sure your workstation is always clean and tidy. Thank you and God bless.